Radio Cayman presents
The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter.
Radio Cayman's Business Buzz.
Here's your host,
Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome to the Business Buzz. It's a beautiful Tuesday on the outside and it's a beautiful Tuesday on the inside as well. I want to say good morning to all our listeners, our viewers, and of course our guests in the studio. We have two segments on the buzz today. In this first segment, we learn more about a DART hospitality training program, and we may touch a little bit on the scholarship side of things. On the second segment, after the 8 o'clock news, weather and traffic, it will be all about Caymanian Times and the Conversations series. But first, it is Taco Tuesday. Thanks to Chef Ron and the staff at Taco Restaurant and Bar, both locations, Morgan's Harbor and East End. We have an exciting offer for all our listeners each Tuesday on the Business Buzz. And of course, it's Taco Tuesday. So we are giving away a gift certificate to Taco Restaurant and Bar. Now, we do this every Tuesday morning right here on the Business Buzz, and we love to do that. Now, who doesn't love 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas? All you have to do is listen to the trivia question and be the lucky caller with the correct answer when we pick our winner on this right after the 8 o'clock news or so, when we come back on the second segment of the Business Buzz around 8:15 this morning. One winner will receive a gift certificate to a taco restaurant, and that gift certificate can be used at either location, West Bay or East End, on any day, not just on Taco Tuesdays. But you don't want to miss out on the 2-for-1 tacos and margarita special. That's on all day today, both locations. And of course, they've got they're featuring specialty tacos like your peanut chicken, your blackened fish, pulled pork, vegetarian, shrimp, coconut shrimp, and lots more. So, are you ready for your trivia question? The question is, which is the only planet that is not named after a Greek or Roman god or goddess? I'll repeat the question. Which is the only planet that is not named after a Greek or Roman god or goddess? And you can call us with the correct answer. Like I said, not now, around 8:15 or so. Telephone numbers are 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, or 949-6990 if you know the correct answer. I want to say good morning to Miss Susan in the next studio. She's holding it down this morning. She's also a producer of the Business Buzz. But in the meantime, want to welcome our guests to the studio this morning. We have two lovely ladies with us this morning. We have, you know what? I'll make you introduce yourselves. We're going to talk about the DART Hospitality Training Program. Let's start with the young lady to my left.
Hi, good morning, Cayman, and good morning, Anita. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
My name's Erin Bodden. I am the Senior Marketing and Brand Manager for DART, and I've got Ms. Glenda with me.
Morning, Cayman. My name is Glenda McTaggart. I'm the Senior Manager of Education Programs with DART. So, morning, Anita. Thanks for having us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning to both of you. I haven't seen you in a while, Erin.
Yes, it's been a while, for sure.
Been a while. You were in a different hat this morning, but it's good to see you in the studio. Now, let's talk about the DART Hospitality Training Program. Can you say when this was launched?
So, the pilot for this program was launched last summer. And so through that pilot, we had 12 successful graduates in the program. And of those 12 graduates, 8 of them are now working within the hotels, within the DART portfolio of hotels. So it was extremely successful. And we now have our sort of second cohort of our program. We have applications open right now, so the application window closes on the 5th of May. And so our goal is to, again, have 15 students that go into the program, and that starts on the 9th of August.
9th of August.
And it's a 3-month program.
Okay. Very nice. I like that. Now, so you had, last year you started and you had 12 students.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what is the aim of the program?
Right. So the overall aim of the program is to raise awareness of all of the great careers working within hospitality and tourism. And so through, activities like this, we're trying to get the word out about the program, going to career fairs. And Aaron can talk more about the promotion of careers in hotel and tourism, and better prepare our young Caymanians for these roles. But the ultimate goal is to get more young Caymanians working within the industry. And ultimately, the goal of the program is to hire those graduates of the program into our hotels.
What age group are you looking at?
The age group is 17 to 30.
17 to 30.
So it's, ideal for school graduates, high school graduates, and just young people that haven't really figured out what it is that they want to do yet. This gives them a great overview of different roles within the hotels, and gives them a good understanding of the industry. You going to add something to that, Erin?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the basics of it. It's an opportunity as well for them to get training in all three of our hotels within the DART hospitality portfolio. So we have the Kimpton Seafire and Resort. We have the Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman, and we have Hampton by Hilton. And as you can imagine, each of those hotels has its own brand story and their own customer service levels and so on and so forth. So I think that just having an opportunity to have experience within each of those hotels is beneficial all in itself. And then, of course, to be able to try different roles within the hotel, which is part of what the program offers, an opportunity for students to try a variety of different roles so that they can sample what the industry offers and hopefully find something that speaks to them and that they want to pursue and delve into.
So this is all first-hand experience.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, and so a lot of it is, hands-on experience. So the first part of the program is sort of the theory and classroom type of training and orientation to the industry. The second phase is a rotation where they're going to all three hotels. They're doing various roles within those hotels. And then the final phase is where they actually are placed within a job in one of those hotels where they are sort of the best fit for them. And so, so it's... The other really important thing to mention is that it's paid. So this whole program,
It's a
being
paid program.
So the 3 months there, that each of the participants is actually earning. They have medical benefits. There's some retention bonuses down the road for those that are placed. So it's really replicates working within the industry.
Absolutely. I think that the students that have come through the program have all said that they've enjoyed being able to try different roles within the hotel. They've come out with a certificate that they can be proud of, that they've received this accomplishment with their retention bonuses and things like that DART offers as well. Gives students the incentive to just keep going and pursuing their passion and hopefully gain those basic customer service skills and hospitality-related skills and knowledge to carry them forward. It's a great baseline of training.
So the program runs, say, August 9th. Starts from August 9th through November 3rd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good solid training.
Yeah, they're up and running by the time high season is here, which is the goal. And, we've noticed that there's been a decrease in interest within the hospitality community and from our youth. And so, this is really a program that's aimed to sort of revitalize that Cayman-kind hospitality, that desire to share our country with the rest of the world. And I think it's doing just that.
Why do you think there is a decline, Erin?
I think that a lot of parents, in particular, push their kids to go into to finance and banking and those types of things. But I think that not all students are cut out for that type of lifestyle, right? And and that's okay. We need people in all different facets of our community and within the business industry. So I think it's a great opportunity for students who are, interested in talking with people. They're outgoing. They're, they're interested in service and just naturally hospitable in nature. I think those are the people that are going to do well in a program like this. And of course, we're looking for people who are ambitious and want to grow. So.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of students, it's a great start. You might work in the industry for 5 years, 10 years, and then migrate into something else. We have a lot of our senior people that within our organization that had their start in hospitality, and then moved into, say, marketing or something else. So it's a great start, I think. There is, some negative narrative that sometimes you hear about, working shift work and things like that. But there are some advantages to working shift work. You have your days off.
That's right.
Sometimes, and you have a lot of flexibility, in scheduling. So I think there are, there's advantages and disadvantages of shift work, but it's a lot of fun to work within the hospitality industry. For those people that, got their start in that, will tell you it was a lot of fun when they were, a young person. And so we want to get that message out so that people, understand and get a more accurate picture of what it is like to work in the industry.
And you get to meet so many different people.
It's definitely a blessing in terms of being able to be out and interact with people from all over the world and learn a little bit about them. And to be honest, I mean, the most important thing from a tourism perspective is we want our visitors to experience true Caymanian people that, are from here, born and raised here, so that they can go out and, say, wow, the Cayman Islands is filled with these amazing, Cayman kind people. And I think that's just really part of the goal from this program is to ensure that we are providing that experience to our tourists.
So the 8 alums you have right now that have stayed on, which do you know off the top of your head? Do you know which departments they're filling right now?
We have three different areas that they're working in, the front desk and like PBX area, which is the phones and whatnot, and the water sports area and food and beverage. So those are the 3 focuses of the program in terms of end goal. But I mean, there's a wide variety of opportunities within the hotels that I think is important to remember and just, long term for people to consider.
Now you have those 8 and you're going to have more from this cohort. Do you think that along the way you'll have more advanced training for them?
Absolutely. I think all of the hotels have great opportunities for further learning and so on. And so if that's something that they wanted to pursue, they would just need to make that known to their manager and see what opportunities are available.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all of the hotels through that, through their brand also have, further training opportunities. And at the moment, DART is exploring some other opportunities that will be sort of add-ons to the current program. So we're at our infancy, and there will be, more things to come. But our main goal is just to, to get the program up and running, get our second sort of group through. We have a number of people in young Caymanians from the first pilot that are now being alumni in helping us mentor the next group. So they've already gone out to the career fairs with us, and so they're really excited about kind of helping mentor the next group, which is ideal for us, and that's one of our goals is to have that that group of Caymanian graduates helping the next group of students in the program.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Now, Erin, you're the senior marketing and brand manager. Is this your work cut out for you? to push this program?
Yes, this is one of my tasks. I work closely with our hospitality group, and I'm really thrilled about this program because I actually have a hospitality background as well, and you know, as Glenda mentioned earlier, you know, have moved throughout different fields throughout my life, including obviously marketing and nonprofit world, etc. And hospitality has a solid, firm place in my heart. I worked for the Tourism Association for a number of years, so I just really want to continue to help develop and nurture our tourism product here in the Cayman Islands.
I think you're doing a good job.
And I think it's just a matter of, you know, raising awareness, because a lot of young people might not be aware of this opportunity, and you know, they might want to at some point go off to school, but they want, you know, this would be a great opportunity for them to work a few years to figure out what it is that they want to study. Yeah.
Can we get some contact details before we go to break, Erin?
Yeah, absolutely. Those who are interested in applying or even just have questions about the program can write to applicants@dart.ky, or they can visit our website, www.dart.ky, and visit our hospitality page for more information.
We're going to take a quick break, but before we go to break, Susan, we just want to remind you that if you're just joining us, you might have missed our Tucker giveaway right here on the Business Buzz. Every Tuesday morning we do this. We love to give away that gift certificate for Tucker. And the question we posed earlier, which is the only planet that is not named after a Greek or Roman god or goddess? It's got to be an easy. There's an answer to this, easy. Just Google it if you can't think about it, all right? That's a hint. In the meantime, we're going to want to say thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of the Business Buzz.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Alexander Selvin Eden, 1888 through 1985. Alexander Selvin Eden was a dedicated family man. He and his wife, Sarah Leonie Nee West, had 7 children, and their father made sure that they had the best education available. He loved to work the land and also raised livestock, providing steady employment for others. As a young man, he worked overseas on the construction of the Florida East Coast Railway, returning home after World War I. His major contribution was filling the void in transportation of goods and passengers between Georgetown and Bordentown, which he did with a horse-drawn carriage for 35 years in all kinds of conditions. The government called upon him for many duties in his district, including police service, tax collection, operation of the cattle dip to control ticks, service as foreman of roadworks, and as pound keeper, keeping stray cattle until their owners reclaimed them, and the maintenance of telephone lines. He also served as a member of the Assembly of Justices and Vestry.
Every boy, every girl, every mom, every dad, every student, every teacher, the annual Rotary Central Dr. Bill Rudy Science Fair is back. Saturday, April 22nd at the Ark Recreation Center, Caymanian Bay. A universe of science, innovation, invention, experimentation, botany, medicine, robotics, engineering, and more. So much imagination, so much science. Your children, our children, the next Nikola Tesla, the next Albert Einstein, the next Stephen Jobs, the next George Washington Carver. The 16th Annual Rotary Central Science Fair, Saturday, April 22nd at the Ark Recreation Center, Caymanian Bay. Proudly sponsored by CUC, the Water Authority, Precision Industries, Foster's, DART. This event is free to the public. Rotary, all you imagine.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. We have in the studio this morning a guest from the DART Hospitality Training Program. We have Mrs. Erin Bodden. She's a Senior Marketing and Brand Manager. And alongside her, we have Miss Glenda McTaggart. She's DART Senior Manager of Education Programs. Welcome back, ladies. Good to have you both in the studio. We have a caller, Sue. We have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
How are you?
I am good, sir. How are you?
My name is Bodden. This is Mr. McTaggart also.
Morning.
It sounds very good. The program, very nice. I think you're successful for our youngsters in hospitality. Anyway, my daughter was doing it also. Not calling no name, but I just leave it like that. She graduated from it and everything.
That's great.
Congratulations.
Yes, but the thing is now, I'm talking from with source, and I'm talking from what I know. I'm talking about foolishness. What I'm going to say now is no foolishness, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hotel, Ritz, hotel. I know for a fact, this is fact at the end of it. Why do we use our Cayman language, tourists? Why do we have to be modernized? We have to speak like people from America. I know for a fact, this is fact at the end of it. So I'm just asking you that. Why do we have to speak like, why do we can't speak like Caymanian? But the tourists don't want to hear Americanized. That's where they're coming from. They want to hear Caymanian.
Okay, sir. We'll have the ladies answer that. Thank you so much for calling. Erin?
Yeah, basically, I would say that I'm not familiar with that policy in particular that you might be referring to, or if that is considered a policy. But what I would say is that I think definitely people want to learn more about Cayman culture and learn about the people of Cayman. I think that definitely the Ritz-Carlton in terms of formalities and whatnot, good morning, good evening, etc., are all part of the culture of the Ritz-Carlton, and so therefore you will find that there is training to sort of ensure that things are structured a certain way in terms of, as I say, formalities and whatnot. It's the brand of the hotel. So there may be some things that are taught to be said in a certain way. But I would say that overall, the hotels, as I say, are looking to have Cayman culture shine through in a bright way, and that the people are, of course, encouraged to, be themselves, be their best self, and put their best foot forward.
Mm-hmm. And we're just joined by Xavier.
Morning, how are you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good.
He's an alum from the pilot program.
Yes,
and
correct.
It's good to have you in the studio. And we just had a caller. No, you did the program last year.
Yes, ma'am.
How was it for you?
It was a great experience. It feels really good to have people supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
I know sometimes you don't really feel like there's a reward for doing good, but DART has really showed that there is some reward for doing good, especially as a young Caymanian, ambitious and looking forward to having great things in your future.
Okay. And you are now currently employed by DART.
Yes, ma'am.
What role do you play? What's your
my
position?
My role now is at Airport Ambassador at Ritz-Carlton.
Okay.
So I work with guest relations. I help with the check-in. So guests arrive on island, give them a formal greeting, give them a kind of introduction to what Cayman kind is. And sometimes you get to see that the reaction is a great reaction from the guests that we have arriving on the island. And not only for the Ritz, but it's tourists in general. They can see that the climate, the weather, they're really happy to be here. So us as Caymanians, we have a product to really maintain. You know, everywhere in the world, we always talk about Cayman for the banks, but we really have a great tourism product also.
I love that.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we just had a caller who mentioned that, you know, you're not you're not allowed to speak, you know, in the Cayman dialect. Do you get an opportunity to do that at times?
I've never had any issues with me speaking my Caymanian dialect. I know sometimes it is problem. I guess for the most part, something that's really communication. So if there's an opportunity, you don't really get to talk dialect, you can just really speak to somebody about it, you know, professionally. I think once you create a line of communication, most things are really resolved.
I can see you're having fun with this job. As you hear, we don't have much time left.
Okay.
I want you to invite and also to encourage parents who have just children at home and they're not doing anything and want them to be involved in the industry. You have the mic. Just invite them and encourage them to be a part of the program.
I encourage all young Caymanians, if you're looking for an opportunity to grow and really better yourself as a professional, this has hospitality gives you a lot of small skills to that really goes along or lay a foundation for a lot of other things. So everything needs some form of customer service, and hospitality really give you that kind of training for customer service, because that's just business. You don't want to have one-off customers, you want to have people keep coming back. So I think hospitality really gives you those soft skills to really show you the importance of, you know, making people feel that they're valued and their money has some form of value. It is not really transactional. So being as that, and we as Caymanians, we have a product to maintain also here in the Caribbean. It's very competitive here in the Caribbean when it comes to people flying in and spending money here in the country. They can go anywhere else, but when they come here, we have to make sure that we have something in place. And they also want to see Caymanians too, because I met someone at the airport, and then also at the airport, at the hotel departing, and they were saying once speaking to me, they realized that I'm the first Caymanian that they met throughout their whole stay. And sometimes too, that's really like an eye opener to really understand that through from them arriving to them departing, there's no interaction with a Caymanian. So we definitely need more young Caymanians there, because a lot of people are looking for us, you know. So that would be my encouragement to young people and also their parents too, you know. We're wanted here, you know.
Thank you, Xavier.
We definitely need to just really step up to also, because it's not really like a drag, what we call like a drag foot business.
A drag foot business.
No, it's not really like that. We have to really step up and understand the importance of the responsibility that we have, especially as young Caymanians too. A lot of things are really changing now. And like I said earlier, it's a great feeling to know that right now, especially here in Cayman, we live in a very unique time, that you have people supporting you. And if you're a person that has a vision for your life, there's people around you. And this hospitality program has really showed me that. And even with WRC and the rest of the other sponsors, we had a meeting the other day at Hampton, just kind of really speaking to the teachers and making them understand, you know, that this is what we're here for and things like that. So I think this is a really great program for anybody really wanting to grow and have an opportunity to.
Erin, I see your assistant brand manager right next to you.
Right.
It's a great ambassador for the program. Absolutely.
Xavier's been fabulous.
And Xavier, I see you as the next GM for either Hampton by Hilton, Kimpton Seafire Resort and Spa, or even the Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman. Yeah. All right. So we've only got a minute or so left. Erin and Glenda, can you wrap up the scholarship? We didn't get a chance to talk about scholarship.
I was going to say, well, maybe Erin can wrap up the hospitality program, and I'll just spend a couple minutes on the scholarship, if that's okay.
Yep. So quickly, absolutely, please get in your applications. Applications are due by May 5th, and we would just encourage you to reach out to applicants@dart.ky or visit our website, www.dart.ky, visit the About page under Hospitality, and you can also give us a call at 640-3600. So applicants@dart.ky, and please get in your applications before May 5th. It is an online application form, a link that you can use online, and makes it very easy to make your submission. And any questions you have, please direct them our way.
And Glenda?
I'd just like to say that, the DART Hospitality and Training Program is our newest addition to our education programs. We have scholarships, and also we have education enrichment programs. So the scholarships, the high school scholarship, we do 2 of those every year, and 1 of the university scholarships. Right now, the university scholarship application window is open, and it also closes on May 5th. Okay. And so, again, the online application for our university scholarship is on dart.ky in the scholarship section of that website. We have 37 scholars that are part of our DART scholarship program. The scholarship program has been going for over 10 years. And then we have our other enrichment programs, which are mostly STEM-based in the high schools. And those are, everything from robotics to chess tournaments, sponsorship, math competition, things that really revolve around STEM. So check it out. It's on our dart.ky website, and we look forward to receiving applicants for our university scholarship program.
Very good. Xavier, I'm going to give you a chance, 5 seconds to wrap up.
Okay, well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate Radio Cayman having the program here today, and to all the young Caymanians too. It's a really great opportunity. We need to really step up and really take the wheel, and just really understand that going forward in the future, we can't really be in the back seat. We have to really be on the front line, and this is our tourism product. If we don't protect it, who will protect it? So as young Caymanians, this is a great opportunity to really grow and have a career professionally.
And that was the voice of Xavier Parisons, DART Hospitality alum for 2022. Erin Bodden, Senior Marketing and Brand Manager. And we also had Diane Connell, Miss Glenda MacTaggart. Glenda is a DART Senior Manager of Education Programs. I want to say thanks to our sponsor, Cayman Insurance Centre. Now, don't forget, after the 8 o'clock news, we're giving away the gift certificate to Tucker Restaurant as we celebrate their Taco Tuesday special 2-for-1 tacos. That trivia question, which is the only planet that is not named after a Greek or a Roman god or goddess? Stay tuned. News is next.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Price Right is 2 minutes past 8.
At Priced Right, spending less on everyday products is easy.
Spend less on tools and automotive products.
Good deals on groceries and meat.
Electronics, TVs, Bluetooth speakers, and more.
Spend less on home cleaning products.
At Priced Right, we believe you can live, play, and love better for less.
To start saving, visit us in the Airport Center in Georgetown or at Republic's Plaza in West Bay.
Or shop online at pricedright.ky. Live better for less at Priced Right.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Cayman sees an increase in gun crime. Radio Cayman's Shanna Gago brings us this report.
Over the course of 2022, the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service's Crime and Traffic Statistical Report reveals 16 firearms were recovered, 15 handguns, and 1 shotgun. These figures include a handgun seized at Owen Roberts International Airport from a tourist. Approximately 370 rounds of ammunition were also recovered or seized by police in 2022. The firearms and ammunition recovered does not include those handed in by the public for various reasons. According to the RCIPS, these recoveries are mainly due to the proactive investigations or due to a reactive investigation to a recorded crime. There have been 37 firearms crimes in 2022 compared to 30 in 2021. In 2019, there were 16 recorded firearms crimes. There have been increases in 2022 for the possession of an unlicensed firearm as well as ammunition. There was was a general increase in firearm-enabled offenses compared to 2021. 58 firearms-enabled crimes in 2022 compared to 27 in 2021. These 58 were in which a firearm was seen or used in the commission of the offense. The crimes where a firearm was involved include murder, attempted murder, robbery and drug offenses, public order, or other weapon-related offenses. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
In other news, the Bill Rudy Science Fair is back.
It will enable us to see how remarkable these youngsters, primarily in the primary school age, who are going to be telling us what they've learned.
Rotary Central's Carl Brown tells Radio Cayman listeners the big event starts at 8:30 on Saturday at the Arts and Recreation Center in Camana Bay. For more information, you can head to rotarysciencefair.ky. And get ready to vote for your favorite radio jingle competition entry to help Sustainable Cayman save the mangrove wetlands. Radio Cayman's Felicia Rankin-Salins has the details.
5 entries have been received, with 4 being eligible to enter the competition. Now, Sustainable Cayman asks the public to help choose a winner. Sustainable Cayman maintains and pushes their mission of protecting Earth's natural resources for future generations, to save our islands from unsustainable deforestation and put in motion the protection of 30% of our land and 30% of our sea by 2030, starting with the central mangrove wetland. Mangroves are vital homes for birds and marine life. The wetlands filter out sewage, agricultural waste, pesticides, and other pollutants before they reach our surrounding sea. To choose the jingle you think best exemplifies their message, submissions can be found on sustainablecayman.org or their YouTube jingle playlist. To vote, visit their Facebook page to find the link. The winner will be announced on Earth Day, April 22nd. I'm Felicia Rankin-Salins.
Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. The Red Cross says it's nearly impossible to provide humanitarian assistance to people in the Sudanese capital Khartoum as fighting rages for a 4th day. It's receiving desperate calls from people hiding in cellars, some of them injured. Video footage has been released of what the Kremlin says was a visit by President Putin to Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine. A Kiev spokesman said Mr. Putin was visiting the area, in his words, to enjoy the crimes of his minions for the last time. A court in Moscow has rejected an appeal by the American journalist Evan Gershkovich against his pre-trial detention on spying charges. The Wall Street Journal reporter denied any wrongdoing. The treasurer of the Scottish National Party, Colin Beattie, has been arrested in connection with an ongoing investigation into the group's finances. Police are looking into how Scotland's governing party used hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations. Reports from Tunisia say the authorities have banned meetings at all offices of the Islamist opposition party Ennahda hours after police detained its leader. Several prominent figures opposed to President Kais Saied have been arrested this year. A landmark defamation trial against Fox News, brought by a voting machine firm Dominion, is due to start later in the US state of Delaware. Dominion alleges Fox News knowingly spread false claims the last presidential election was rigged against Donald Trump. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
At Kirk's Home Center, we
8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 80 degrees. Relative humidity is 76%. The barometric pressure is 29.90 inches and rising. The winds are calm. Overnight low temperature was 78. Synopsis indicates some isolated showers along with light northwesterly winds and slight seas are expected across the Cayman area associated with a cold front over the northwest Caribbean. Satellite images show scattered clouds associated with cold front over the Cayman area. Now the forecast for today is calling for partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy at times with a 40% chance of showers and possible thunder, and temperatures today will be in the mid-80s. Winds will be north to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, you're looking at partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures falling to the mid-70s tonight. Winds will be north to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 2:34, and a high tide again tonight at 8:58. The sun will set this evening at 6:43 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5 minutes after 6. And the outlook is calling for a decrease in showers associated with a cold front by tomorrow morning as it dissipates with light easterly winds and seas expected through Friday morning. That's the very latest on your weather report.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you're going to invest in an exotic pet, choose anything but a Norwegian forest cat. Apparently, they will eat all your jewelry. Before you know it, you're racing to the vet when your cat escapes from his carrier and lunges for your earrings. You crash and your cat swallows your pearls. But if you're smart, you'll have CG Motor Insurance and get the best comprehensive coverage for the price.
Get the best comprehensive coverage for the price. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving our goals is rewarding, but at times can feel frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, keep it positive. The human brain does not work very well in the negative. For example, if told not to think about pink elephants, most people's brains go straight to a pink elephant. When setting goals, focus on what you are doing rather than what you are not going to do. For example, instead of saying to yourself not to go on Facebook, say to yourself that you will study more.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. Encourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning. Let's take a look at traffic. Busy traffic on the Linford Pearson Highway. Delays expected as you head on down to Georgetown. Traffic also busy coming off of the Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way. And busy traffic on Crew Road heading to Georgetown. Eastbound traffic on Crew Road is moving on moderately. and traffic is busy coming off of Bobby Thompson Way. As we turn our eyes to downtown Georgetown on Edward Street, moving along pretty good. And out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, traffic is flowing at a good pace. Into Georgetown on Shedden Road, moderate flow of traffic. And as we look to the West Bay Road, in front of the Ritz, traffic is flowing moderately in both directions. And looking towards Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic flowing pretty good. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report and busy traffic coming off of the Esley-Tibbetts Highway.
When you're craving something big, something tasty that gives you that lip-smacking satisfaction, something that hits the spot, there is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
It's pretty tasty.
Filling and full of flavor. Try our new sweet onion steak teriyaki with a twist. Or the classic chicken teriyaki. Top it with green pepper, onions, cheese, and that sweet onion teriyaki sauce. All piled on your favorite artisanal bread. Satisfy that craving with a footlong from Subway.
Fresh, delicious, tasty, meaty.
Let's make it a meal with a drink, chips, and cookies. There is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. It's 16 and a half after 8 o'clock. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is the second segment, and we are speaking with Mr. Ralph Lewis. He is the CEO, publisher of Caymanian Times newspaper. Now, there are some fantastic stories to be told and a world of experience to explore, and this is exactly what the Caymanian Times is excited about with their latest venture as they continue to grow and add to their coverage. The Conversations series will reflect what's happening in Cayman, who's making it happen, those who paved the way to make it happen, and what's relevant to Cayman from all that's happening in the world around us. And we have Ralph to tell us about that. But we've got to take a call. We have the Tucker giveaway. It's Taco Tuesday. You know that, right? And it's Taco Tuesday special, 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas all day long at both Tucker locations, East End and in West Bay. Now, we pose a trivia question. Which is the only planet that is not named after a Greek or Roman god or goddess? And we have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Do you have the correct answer to the trivia question?
I hope so.
Let's hear it.
Earth.
Earth, you are correct.
Yay.
And what's your first name?
Neve.
Sorry, Neve.
Yes.
Neve, can you stay on the line and Susan will take your contact details?
Yes, thanks so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for playing the trivia today. Don't forget, all day long, we've got, what do they have? 2-for-1 tacos, Ralph? You remember what they serve up?
No, you have to remind me today.
Okay, I'm happy to remind you. They've got this. They're featuring specialty tacos like your peanut chicken, blackened fish. Rings a bell now?
Yes.
Pulled pork, vegetarian, and of course, coconut shrimp. Thanks to Neve for playing this morning. And of course, I want to say thank you to Chef Ron and the staff over at both locations. Tucker, I was over at Tucker Ralph and East End. I'm telling you, man, you got it. It's a place to be. The food, delicious.
I went there for breakfast one Sunday.
Breakfast.
Yeah, that was great.
Or brunch.
Brunch.
Yeah, good stuff.
And the view was.
The view. Well, it was at night, so but the waves and just the ambience, really nice. And the guys over there, they're really nice. One shout out to Tilo. I can't remember. That's his name. Tilo. He'll correct me next time you see him if it's wrong. No, Ralph, exciting times, man. You're doing things.
Yes, well, good morning. It's great to be back here again. You know, I'm up to my neck right now, but I got to make time for you.
Yeah. You always do, Ralph. The last time you were here was February 16th.
Yes.
Just a month before your birthday. So you're a year older since we last saw you on the buzz.
Yes, and I'm doing well.
Doing well. So let's talk about this new venture, Conversations, a Conversations series.
Yes. It's called Cayman Conversations.
Cayman Conversations.
And we've been talking about this over the years. I'm going to get into radio at some point in time. And so the time has come and we finally got it started off. We're still in the teething stages. We're fine-tuning. Well, that's with everything. But you have to start somewhere.
Okay.
And once you start somewhere, it works out differently.
That's right. But Ralph, for those who don't know you and just want to, you're like, who is this guy? In a nutshell. Tell us who's Ralph.
My name is Ralph Lewis. I've been around for quite a while. I started my profession in the Cayman as a banker. I retired about 10 years ago and started a media operation. I'm also a part-time DJ. When I was about DJ Ralph, and I'm a happy guy.
You're a happy guy. Is it because of all that DJing? Music. We can ask Susan in the next studio. Music really, really does something for you, especially if you're playing it for somebody else. It's just a thing. I love playing music for people.
Well, in other words, I believe in positivity, and you have to make the best of life, and being happy and positive helps you with your health and progress and success. And so that's why I'm here.
So you've been talking about doing this for a long time. Every time you come on the buzz, we talk about you hint, you give a little, you drop a little sus,
Well,
but now you're actually into this. How is it working out for you, Ralph?
It's doing good, and there's a saying: if you're either moving forward or backwards, there's no standing still. So I have to do something to keep the momentum going. And you may not have known, but I did radio back in my younger days, early 20s, and I have a passion for radio. And,
was this in Grand Cayman?
No, that was in Montserrat.
Montserrat.
Okay. I did a little bit in Grand Cayman, ICCI FM.
Yeah.
We had a show called Caribbean Connection every Saturday afternoon. Yes, that's right. And that was in the 90s, 1990s, those days. And so I really still wanted to be on radio. But of course, I migrated into media, and then I realized that, hold on, after pandemic, there needs to be some form of conversation happening. And I looked around and see what was there, and I don't like to duplicate what's happening. So we created to create a new niche, and so we created Cayman Conversations. It's totally different to what is happening now. It's a conversation between a number of guests and myself, and there's no calling. We just sit and talk about topics of the day, and anyone can call me and get on the show. Yes, and so anyone can come and get on the conversation. We can bring you in the studio, or we can talk to you via Zoom, and that works perfect for a lot of people. They can stay in the office. But the idea is to have a mature, intellectual conversation that everybody can relate to, and it's amazing how many things people want to talk about. So we started it out.
So moving forward, so you started off. Let's talk about how it started off on Facebook.
No,
you stream live.
Right now we're streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and it's on another radio station, 89.1 FM.
Bobo FM.
Yes, and we also have a newspaper that we print the discussion in. So our story is written about what we talked about, and it's printed. So if someone didn't get a chance to listen, or they can't see Facebook, or they can't see YouTube, they can also pick up the newspaper and they can read about what we spoke.
When did you start, Ralph? What did you start?
On the first Monday in April.
Okay.
So we're into week 3.
Well, congratulations are in order still, I guess, right?
Thank you. It's a challenge.
I've talked about this for... and I keep waiting for it. Okay, Ralph's going to do radio. Ralph's going to... So I'm here thinking, well, Ralph is going to open his own radio station. But it's good that you, you've ventured into this. And how many guests you've had so far?
I had about 10 guests so far. Sure. I have 2 lined up for today. And just to let you know, reason why I don't have my own radio station, because that's my goal. Because as you know, music will be part of it. But you have to creep before you can walk. And Bobo FM gives me an opportunity to get space on a radio station where I can fine tune what I'm doing before I step into the big ocean. And that's why we're going that route. So a radio station is in the future, but here's a start. And the opportunity is there with DMS's Bobo, and I'm appreciative to them for that.
That's a good start.
Yes.
Now, what have you been talking about so far?
Well, the first week we had our friend Dr. Roy Bodden talking about his book, his writing, or he's going to publish very soon, about Cayman history, Cayman life. We touched on a little politics, and he's a very good friend of mine, very educated. You know, he was a former president of UCCI, and so Dr. Roy is always, you know, someone you want to have talk to and listen to and hear what he has to say. Can be controversial at times, but he speaks his mind, and that's the kind of
like it is.
I like people who are not afraid to say what they have to say, and that's one of the reasons why we have the conversations. Of course, be respectful.
So it's no
don't
pause
break any
bar
laws.
on
Yes.
the conversation.
Yes, you know, don't. Of course, we are mature individuals who are respectful of each other, and we can have a conversation without having to tear you down or defaming anyone. So that's the kind of conversation, that's the kind of guest I like to have on the show. So Mr. Roy Bodden was there. We also had Mr. Mark Langevin from Ritz-Carlton talking about tourism and, you know, what happened in the hotel industry for the last 3 months and so on. We had the Honorable Kenneth Bryan last week speaking about his ministry and what has been happening. We had an imam from Muslim community come and talk, explain to us what happens on, you know, Ramadan. So we have a different, and it goes on, the list goes on.
You pull out the big guns.
Well, we had the governor the first show, and in his last, in his final interview before he flew off, and we're planning to have the new governor who arrives on Friday, just before in a couple of weeks. So we have a lot of people who are important in our community, but we also want to talk to those people who are just business people or are just residents to hear what they have to say. We had a karate school come and talk about the black belt grading that women excelled in recently. That was Sheehan, you know, Floyd and his team. And it's like we have people from all walks of life on the conversation.
Nice.
And that's what it's all about.
So you're the host.
I'm the host, yes, I'm the host.
How do you like sitting in the host seat, the hot seat?
I'm loving it. I'm fine-tuning my voice and my interviewing techniques.
You're fine-tuning. Why or do you have to fine-tune your voice, Ralph?
Just to let you know that being a host and being a guest is two different things. If I'm sitting in your seat, I have to speak differently. If you're song, so that's how it happens. So I'm a guest today, so I'm speaking different than I speak and I'm a host. And so you have
to want to chew on.
Yes, you have to listen a lot more and not talk a lot more, and I have to work with the guests, because not everyone wants to be on the radio. People are nervous. Like yesterday, we had UCCI. UCCI will be on every Monday.
Okay.
They have booked a slot every Monday to talk about their courses, and we talk about the nursing program that they have. And it's amazing. It's 10 years since they've started.
10 years, yeah.
And as we was talking about, there's not many Caymanians in that industry. So here's opportunities to go into different careers, and these are the kind of things that we talk about.
But everybody wants to be in the financial industry. Anyway, nothing wrong with that. No, Ralph, we got to take a break. But before we go to break, how do you, okay, so you're on Bobo, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube. What days are you on?
Yes, it's Monday to Thursday. It's 12:30 till 2.
12:30 to 2. Straight up.
Straight up.
Okay.
And there's a big surprise coming when I get back.
Oh, you
after the break.
Ralph is a man of surprises, Susan. If you're just joining us, good morning. Thank you so much for doing so. You're listening to the Business Buzz. This is the second segment of the Buzz this Tuesday, beautiful Tuesday morning. I'm your host, Anita Khan, and in the studio we have Mr. Ralph Lewis. Ralph is the CEO, publisher of the Caymanian Times newspaper, and now the host of
Cayman Conversations.
Of Cayman Conversation series. Thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating.
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.com. or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a new and second location in Governor's Square. The new Healthcare Pharmacy in Governor's Square is open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. This is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman. Praise time.
Jesus in the morning. I will. So send me, Lord. I will go.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning, Ralph. Ralph, you're a man of surprises.
Yes.
We're speaking with Mr. Ralph Lewis. He's the CEO, publisher of Caymanian Times newspaper, now host of the Cayman Conversation series.
Yes.
Now, Ralph, moving forward, what other areas will your conversation series be addressing?
And that's a surprise.
Oh, that's...
Well,
okay.
You know, I'm passionate about music.
Yes.
Particularly Cayman music. And we are not promoting or playing enough of Cayman music on all outlets. And so therefore our musicians are not getting the exposure that they need. I'm doing my part. And so I'm online, I'm on the radio from 12:30 till 2. I have 2 conversations, 30 minutes each. But the final 30 minutes is dedicated to Cayman music. So after my conversations, we just shut off the talking and you hear Cayman music, videos, live music for the next 30 minutes.
Nice.
Just promoting our Cayman musicians.
Nice.
And
nice.
so if there are any Cayman musicians want to get their music on our show, just contact me. But the whole idea is to give some exposure with that media to Caymanian music.
Now, Ralph, how important is it to look at our pioneers who have helped to build the Cayman Islands? How important is that for this series?
Well, that is one of the major reasons why this program is there. We can't go forward unless we know where we're going, where we came from. And so therefore, those pioneers who established the foundation that we are built upon have to be recognized. And not only to those people who are older or younger than I am, but everyone, even those people who come here to live and work or visit, need to know about our foundation, or who built the foundation. And so that's why pioneers and the knowledge of pioneers and what they've done is so important. And I think they should be at the forefront of everything.
That's right. And including those, the younger ones who are picking up the mantle today, men and women today.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We call it the changing of the guard, and we have a series coming out very soon. And so therefore, as we grow older, or we come towards retirement, because we don't have to be old to retire, there's some young people who are stepping up and moving into those positions. And a perfect example is our Honorable Speaker. She's a young woman, but she's now in the role of Speaker. And you go through our society, and you see many young people are stepping up into those senior roles. And that's so important. And they're stepping into those roles even while those were there before are still active and can guide them. And that's what happens. You have those younger folks moving into those positions, those people who are there stepping aside, but still around to give feedback. And that's what's important. The mentorship.
Yeah. Now, Ralph, you're a businessman. You know how to do your thing. And earlier this year, February, was it 16th or 14th to be exact? You want was. And you give some awesome tips for businesses, who are, or for people who want to open their own business and the like. Now, starting a new business, what advice would you give to someone who is thinking about starting their own business and don't have a clue as to what to do?
Yeah. Before I answer that question, I appreciate and applaud Richard Cayman and your team for the Business Buzz.
Oh, you love the Business Buzz?
I love the Business Buzz.
Are you going to have me in your series?
Of course, but there are many opportunities in the Cayman Islands, and the Business Buzz provides that platform for information. And I encourage you to keep it, please, because there are many young people or Caymanians who want to start a business, and that's the future. We need to have some home security, and by owning your business or being involved in your business, that's how you will succeed.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with work for somebody, but if you can run your own business, you guarantee your retirement. And so therefore, to start a business, you have to find something that you are passionate about. If you're not interested in your business, it's not your business anymore. It's your staff's business.
Yeah. Yes.
And it will not succeed. You have to be interested in what you're doing. For example, with me, I wanted something in music, and radio and media, and that's why I am. If I didn't like it,
it's all in one package.
Exactly. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have done it. I loved banking, but that wasn't my business. That was the the shareholders' business. So I wanted something of my own, and I made sacrifices. I retired early, and I made some heavy investments, and it's paying off. I have a successful business that is taking care of me and will take care of me in the future and my family. So therefore, you have to find something that you're passionate about before you start a business. Secondly, you have to do your research, because not every business is profitable. And business change from time to time.
True.
So you have to make sure that your business is profitable, or will be profitable, or will have services that people want to purchase. So the first two things is find something you're passionate about, do your research to make sure that the business will be profitable.
Now, you've been in the business a long time, in the newspaper business. How do you manage all of this, Ralph? Newspaper business, now you're on radio, you also do DJing and all that. How do you manage all that?
I'm going to give the secrets of my trade.
State secret.
No. Time management is key. I did a lot of training in time management practice. I manage my time to the second. If I'm going to a meeting, I'm there 5 minutes early. You have to be on time. If it's going to finish at 12, it better finish at 12. I'm going to say, excuse me, I have to go. Because you have to manage your time well. If you don't have any time management skills, it will not work. So therefore, you have to have good time management skills.
Now, that's your professional life. How about your personal life? How does that work?
Secondly, there's organizational skills. You have to be able to organize yourself so that you know what you're doing, when you're doing, when you should wake up, when you should go to sleep. You have a life plan. You have to balance your life. So
it's hard, Ralph.
That's why I do music, because I'm working, but I'm balancing with the other area that calms you, that soothes you. And as we know, we were talking earlier, music is a healing skill. You can get so much satisfaction from music. And the different types of music. I love gospel music. And why I'm into karaoke now is because I can sing.
You're into karaoke? Okay.
So to say how I do all these things, you have to balance your life.
Yeah.
And that's important. Now, I figure out that the talk show, which is the latest venture, is more like what I do on my lunch hour. I take time off. I talk to my friends about topical issues. So basically, I'm just putting it on the air.
I got you right there. I was waiting for more, but I see what you're saying. Now, what do you think listeners and viewers expect, Ralph, from a media business?
We have to look at media differently nowadays, and we are seeing more demands for media from all walks of life. And so therefore there has to be some sort of regulation that regulates how media is handled. There are a lot of needs for media. There are people who want to be entertained, people who, like I said, people just want something funny to laugh. Some people want information, some people want education. So different types of media which are demanded. Some people want the newspapers, some people want it on social media, they want the radio. So media has a lot of angles. And so therefore you have to understand what the market needs. And doing your market research, you will realize that people, especially now in this economy, want to be educated, want to find ways of improving their lifestyles, having more income. So they want to be educated and informed on what's happening in government, what's government doing for them, how the government is making their life better. And then, so therefore, then there are those who like to get as a source, as you call it. Well, that's okay. That's okay. And so media has a role to play in all this. Now, the thing is, we have to understand we have a responsibility, and we have to be, respectful of our listeners and people. We live in a society where we should respect people's rights and personalities and freedoms and their privacy. And so when you are a media operation, you have to understand that those are certain things you have to be mindful of and conduct yourself in a manner that, okay, media is part of what we do, and media will be here to stay, but we have responsibility when we run a media company. And so that's what I want to say about media. It's going to change as time goes along, but who is involved with media have to understand the responsibility that are placed in their hands in a country, because it can destroy your country.
That's right.
And the example and the reputation that you build up in your country can be destroyed by media. And we just look at the U.S. and we see what's happening with Fox right now. They're going to court right now. And this just gives an example of what can happen. A media that is dealing with the law from time to time, it's going to have challenges. And you're going to lose reputation. And so therefore, I'm not even going to talk about the business side of it, but to be a part of community and to be a location or outsource or outlet that people migrate to for information, entertainment, and education, and as I add, motivation, you have to establish that platform.
Do you still write?
Not much. I talk more.
You're a talker, Ralph.
What I do, and that's how my time management had to be done. I couldn't write as much as I could. So when I go to a press briefing, I will record it, and everything is right in a record. And I have a writer who's a very good writer, and he writes for me.
Okay.
So I do the talking, he writes. And that's why I don't have to write anymore. I wouldn't have the time to write, basically.
Now, moving forward, what can we expect from the Caymanian Times? And, of course, a new series. You got something else up your sleeve?
You always have to. You always have to. There are... I don't want to speak before time, but the series...
You see you have to speak it into being sometimes?
Yes. The series is going to sort of be the forefront of the media empire.
Okay.
Because... a platform, I should say, not an empire. Because what happens, we know we have to be in social media, we have to be online, we have to be in print. But what carries media is information. How they get information? By talking to people. Not really investigative journalism, by talking to people. We're going to get very influential people from overseas. Because we have to realize that Cayman is not just a place where time forgot. We are very involved in this international scene. There are people over there watching us. So therefore, there are individuals who are happy to come on a show and talk about what's happening and how it relates to the Cayman Islands. And we'll see how similar we are to many other areas in the world who we're competing with as well. So you'll see some maybe prime ministers or influential people in other countries come to talk to Cayman Conversations. And that's where we're heading.
We're looking forward to that, Ralph. Taking a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Mr. Ralph Lewis.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
The Department of Agriculture would like to inform the public that animal-related import-export services contact hours have changed. For all animal-related travel inquiries, permit application process, and in-person visitations, visit doa.gov.ky or their Facebook or Instagram page at Agriculture Cayman to view the new hours. Call 947-3090 for more information.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Can I send a request, please?
You don't really have to ask us. Just send a request.
This is a shout out to my ex.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Winding down on the Business Buzz this morning. In the studio, we have Mr. Ralph Lewis. Ralph is the CEO, publisher of Caymanian Times newspaper, now host of Cayman Conversation series, aired on Bobo FM, and you can catch him on Facebook and YouTube as well. And I guess, Susan, he'll want to come and co-host with me. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Ralph. We always love to have you in the studio.
No, it's a pleasure.
I mean, you it's media. You do all the news coverage and all that, and your newspaper is still free.
No, it's 50 cents.
50 cents.
Per copy.
Okay, 50 cents.
But
just making
also,
sure.
I mean, it's free in East End, by the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's sponsored by the minister, not the minister, the MP, Isaac Rankin.
Okay.
So every time we publish, we give away 200 papers around the village.
Nice.
In East End. It works well because I know many of the older people love to read newspapers and they really can't come out. Yeah, so, he sponsored it and we deliver 200 newspapers every time around East End. Hopefully we'll do it in other districts, but just let you know that some places it's free still. Oh, by the way, and in the sister islands it's free.
Oh, okay.
I like to brag. I started selling it and I went to live there for 4 months and no guys, here's my gift. Free papers in Cayman Brac.
I live in North Song Estates. We read too.
Okay, all right. I'll keep it in mind.
We read as well. Countryside is quite busy. Lots of people over there. No, Ralph, I've got to say something before I forget. I would like to thank OC. Mr. Alright Connor, OC, for holding it down on the buzz last week, Tuesday and Thursday. I was on vacation. I'm still on vacation. I'm on vacation just to keep Susan company this morning and yours.
Thank you.
So I'll be quitting in a little bit and heading off to the beach. I got people visiting.
Excellent.
You know how that works, right? They just keep you on your toes, and it just keeps going and going and going. But we love to have our visitors here, whether it's family, friends. We just love to show them Cayman kind.
Of course. I can't ask it.
Cayman kind.
I love that song.
You know that song, Cayman kind. Well, it is your local music for you.
I know. If you tune in today, you'll hear it too.
Yeah. So that's what you have today. Yeah. From 12:30, was it 12:30 to 2?
Yeah.
On Bobo and Facebook.
Yes.
And now, Ralph, you're an ambitious guy, and you've been working on this for a long time. This radio show. I know, like I said earlier, whenever you come into the studio, you drop a hint every now and then, and now you're on Bobo. this is a different, you're accustomed to radio. You've been with radio your whole life. Now, you've got a newspaper, you've got print journalism, and you've got now broadcast journalism.
Yes.
The two blend. Now, do you use some of the information from your show, from your conversation? Do you print some of that in your newspaper as well?
Every single broadcast has an article in the newspaper, and that's how it works. There are many different platforms or many different outlets for news, and we try to reach everyone. Not everyone needs a newspaper. Not everyone watches Facebook. Everyone watches YouTube. Everyone will listen to radio. So here we are. We can capture a wider audience with the same information and the same goals that we have as Caymanian Times, which is information, education, motivation. And so therefore, if you remember when I started, it was all about positive news, because I was just upset about everything I was hearing in the media was negative. We needed something positive to uplift us. When you walk into work in the morning, you hear bad news. There should have something to uplift you, and there should be some good news, someplace that you could tap into. You know, people talk about what they see in the news, or hear in the news, or read in newspapers. If it's always negative, they can talk about negative stuff. But put something positive, such as our success at Carifta. Put on the front page, and it's amazing how everybody will tap into that. So put something negative on the front page, and you see what happens. There'll be a whole bunch of gossip. So what I'm saying is, by having those outlets from under one umbrella, we're able to reach a wider audience and share that positive environment.
I like that.
And that's why I do what I do. And I have a passion for it. And it's going to be different. We don't believe in doing the same thing or reporting news the same way. We are here to be different, but in a good way. And so that people can say, okay, well, I still listen to Richard Cayman at lunchtime. But, you know, maybe sometime I want to listen to a talk show on Mobile Fest. Yeah.
Right.
So, and that's it. We need choices in life. We need options. Like I was thinking this morning coming into what I'm going to say, I'm like, there are many supermarkets around. I may go to Foster's this morning to buy my breakfast, but I'd like to go to Kirk to get some of their fresh vegetables or their fish. So therefore, we need choices in life.
Good to have choices.
And so therefore, having another station that has a talk show or has another media outlet is not bad. It's good, as a matter of fact, because it raises the bar and people tend to want to perform more and they get better pricing. And it's amazing what it does when you have something, an additional outlet. Or
it's like, you know, women, you always say, you know, a woman who can compliment another woman has a high self-esteem.
Of course.
And I think the same thing is with having choices. You know, you know what's out there, and you can make that choice, right? But it's how you make the choice. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There are many countries that don't have a choice, and it's sad. I mean, talk about Russia.
I mean, look at me interviewing you. Yeah. Someone who has a man who has his own show. I mean, that's to show how big, we can be with each other.
Of course.
How much, appreciation we can show. We don't have to be scared. People who are scared of other people, especially when the same business, it's kind of cheesy, low.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. So for me, for the two of us to have this conversation, Ralph's going to go off and do his own thing. Like, hey, that's sweet. I like it.
It's self-confidence.
Yes.
You believe in what you do.
That's right.
And having competition doesn't make it worse, it makes you better. When Susan called me, I said, Dr. Susan, but you think it's going to be okay for your management? She said, Ralph, just come on in. Just come on in. It doesn't matter, really. It's fine. It's fine. I'm like, okay, I'm here. And, I talked with my staff and we got to be careful. I said, you know what, when I slept on it last, I said, no, we are in this community together.
That's right.
And we can build on each other's strengths.
That's right.
And we can learn from each other. And there's nothing wrong with copying what somebody does if it's right.
That's right. I absolutely agree with you, Ralph.
There's nothing wrong with that. And we can always make it better. Because you know what happened? We're not here forever. Today is for me, tomorrow could be for you. And that's what we do. So having another talk show can only add to what we bring here, because we all are different people. And so what we talk about on our show is different to what you talk about on your show.
That's right.
On Ossie's show or on Sterling's show, because we're all different people.
And you know what? How do you go about? This is not picking on your state secret, but how do you go about figuring out who do you want in your show? Monday to Thursday.
Yeah. Sometimes they call me and say, "I like what you're doing," but most times I dream about it. I dream a lot, and I wake up in the morning and I say my prayers, and it just falls in place. I get an email on my desk, or somebody calls me, and I said, "By the way, like I came in here and I saw that, I know the people in Glenda, I work with Glenda for years, I know her," and I'm like, okay, they have a great program. As a matter of fact, when I saw on the way out, I said, "Glenda, do you remember I actually interviewed Mark from Ritz-Carlton, and we spoke about the same thing that you were talking about in the show." And so I'm sure she's going to want to come on the show. And that's how it happens. It has to be a topical issue. Somebody did something yesterday, tomorrow they end the show. That's what it has to be, current affairs. So I don't have to go and look for somebody who went on the show maybe 2 years ago.
Right.
I just wake up in the morning and just believe in what I'm doing, and I pick up the phone and call them and say, "Ralph, I'm sure. I'm happy to come on the show." So Mary Banks is going to be there today and talking about immigration reform. He likes that topic. And then there's the second conversation is confirmation that they had Cayman Fashion Week recently. The gentleman who was promoting that is actually going to come in today. He just texted me. He says it's confirmed. So we're going to go and get him ready to talk about Tristan.
Okay.
Get him talking about Cayman Fashion Week and the models and what's the future for that and where Cayman is.
That's right.
So it just happens. And that's what we do. So I try to give a week's notice for who's coming on board. Well, the opposition is planning to come on next week. So it's happening, man. It's happening.
So is there anything you want to talk about, Ralph?
Today?
No, period.
Well, since we're in the business buzz, it's something I wanted to mention last time. And it's about, and this is for the business owners who are having challenges with cash flow. A business can do well in a community, but there's some cash flow issues that exist, and that can affect you, how you succeed, how you pay your staff, how you grow. And so therefore there needs to be attention towards cash flow. And as you know, small business have challenges getting financing, particularly in this economy when inflation is going high and the Feds are trying to reduce it. Banks tend to tighten up on the lending as well. So we know all of that, but still businesses have cash flow. Now cash flow can have limitations when you have outstanding receivables.
That's right.
We small business operations, we do work and we send in our invoices, but some people take a little while to pay.
Some take a very long time to pay.
And that's basically how the system works. Not that they wouldn't pay. So I believe in Cayman 90% of invoices are collectible, but when cash flow challenges exist, when you don't have those payments on time. There are some companies that say, "No, I'm going to pay small business first because they understand the cash flow issues." So my recommendation to businesses, understand the challenges that businesses have with cash flows and try and see if you can work with them to help with their cash flow, because they are generating cash and small businesses are important to the community. But cash flow is a problem that can limit the operations for hiring staff, expanding, and paying their bills. And so if we can find a way as a community to deal with the cash flow problems, banks, governments, collecting agencies, we'll be able to free up, I think, about a $5 million amount to get that circulating back around, because the way business operate, you owe me, I owe somebody else.
That's right.
And that person probably owes you.
And that person's waiting for payment, right?
Yeah. So that's what it's on my mind right now. I'm looking at creating a business that can help get that cog out of the wheel so the wheel can flow again. So that's one of my banking, finance, ambitions coming in the future.
Very good. And we look forward to more about that, Ralph. But you didn't answer my question. What would you not talk about on the conversation?
Oh,
what? You went right over that. You'll tell me next time, right?
I would not talk about the conversation.
Because we're out of time. So we'll hold that next time. Yeah. Ralph, I want to say thank you so much for coming this morning on the Business Buzz. It's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you. Our conversation with you. And we wish you all the best with your newspaper, continued success, and also with the new Cayman Conversation series.
Thank you very much.
And we look forward to having you back sometime on the program. I want to say thanks to our sponsor this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, and of course our first set of guests on the Buzz this morning from DART Hospitality Program, and of course our winner of the Tucker gift certificate this morning, Neve. Thank you so much for playing our trivia this morning, Sue. Thank you so much. And of course, thanks to all the listeners and the viewers. We'll see you again on Thursday right here on the Business Buzz.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman.
Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.